Hey, good evening, USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, and rookie podcaster. Of course, unstoppable independent podcaster and rookie podcaster of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging with the 201 episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. 201. How it's crazy, man, that we just got up to 200. And that's pretty much the success that I'm having right now. But I'm still soaking in the success that I have right now. Um so let me just give myself an applause for this. Yeah, let me start up by saying I do apologize. I usually be recording my live streams on Google Chrome, but because of the amount of hours that's on there, which is 20 hours, I'm using a different browser until the other one is actually reset by the 14th of November. So it's not gonna be that long, but we'll see what happens though. But anyway, man, let me just let me just say this though. Um we are live and direct from StreamYard and alongside with YouTube and uh alongside with YouTube, and of course on the side of myself is the Instagram live feed, of course. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can be in the know, so you can find out when each episode is going to be dropping. As I said, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You're gonna be getting some episodes. Now, on Monday, it's going to be I'm gonna try to see if I could drop two episodes because I'm gonna be recording the next episode tomorrow instead of today, because of how late it is. So, um, you know, without further ado, um, if you miss any previous episodes, whether it's new or the previous latest episodes, don't worry. Everything's all uploaded to the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York episodes on there. Grab that subscribe button, tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, alongside with leaving a like and a comment, along with the episodes and the topics. Also important, be sure to stream, listen, and watch these episodes. In case you miss any of the episodes, don't worry. Everything's um on every streaming platform, which I will go over at the end of the show. So basically, you can tell a friend to another friend. Be sure to share the episodes, share the videos, all that great stuff right there. Um, Now let's get into our first segment right here, the New York Mass Transit Files segment right here. Let's do this. And you know how this shit goes. We talk about things, everything in New York in terms of the MTA, and in terms of like the craziness that's been going on. the subway crimes, which is one of the stories that I'm actually going to get into right about now. Actually, so let's get into it. Um, all right, let's get into it. Um, First story in transit is the hold on a second. Hold on. All right, here it is. Okay, so a strap hanger was stabbed by an apparent teen during a possible cell phone robbery on a Brooklyn train early Tuesday, cops said. The victim was riding a southbound number two train approaching the Winthrop Street station in Prospect Lefferts Gardens around 5:10 a.m. when the young suspect attacked him, police said. Police believe the suspect grabbed the man's cell phone. The victim got off the train at Winthrop Street, where he reported the incident, cops said. He was taken to the Kings County Hospital Center with non-life threatening injuries. The suspect, who's, who cops say appeared to be a teenager and wore a black hoodie, has yet to be caught. Um, in another incident, in another recent attack on the rails, a 33-year-old man was arguing with a strap hanger on a number four train at West Burnside Avenue and Jerome Avenue in the Bronx around 7:30 p.m. Sunday, when he was stabbed in the neck, cops said he was hospitalized in stable condition. Yeah, let's get into another story. Let's get into another story right here. So this is crazy, man. Um, Hang on a minute here. Hang on. I know I had the other story. Um, there was another story I had. Anyway, so there's been another incident in the Manhattan area, and this has to do with East Village. So this one is crazy. So a man was killed and another wounded in a shooting inside the lobby of an East Village public housing complex Thursday night, police said. The gunfire broke out around 7:30 p.m. at the NYCHA's Pedro Albizu Campus Plaza on East 12th Street, cops said. A 21-year-old man was shot in the torso, and the other male victim, age 24, was hit in the left leg, according to the NYPD. Okay, so they were both taken to Bellevue Hospital, where the younger man was pronounced dead. Authorities said the surviving victim was listed in stable condition. It's unknown if the two men were targeted or how many suspects were involved, cops said. It's also unknown how many shots were fired, according to police. No arrests have been made, and the investigation is still ongoing. Let's see. Um, yeah. All right. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. Hold on. A pusher. Wait. I'm sorry. Yeah, subway pusher. Sorry about that. A subway pusher. Hold on a second, folks. Um, Hold on a second. No. Okay. 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 All right. We got a Subway Pusher. Okay, Subway Pusher. Subway Pusher. Let's see. Jackson Heights. No, wait. From Queens through a man onto the tracks. A Subway Pusher through a man on the tracks in Queens. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This is crazy, and I don't usually like. This is really, really, really crazy. Um. Okay, so no, wait. No, this is. I'm saving that for another time. Actually, I'm actually saving that for another. Wait, hold on. This is. I did include this, so might as well do this story. Anyway, detectives are looking for the subway shover in Queens who pushed a man onto the tracks for no apparent reason on Friday afternoon. The NYPD released video footage of the assailant behind the random attack, which occurred at the Myrtle Wyckoff Avenue station in Ridgewood, which is near the Brooklyn and Queens boundary, at about 2:40 p.m. on October 21st. According to law enforcement sources, the perpetrator approached the 32-year-old victim on the L train platform, charged at him, and shoved him onto the Manhattan-bound subway tracks. Police said there was no apparent um, provocation for the attack. After shoving the victim onto the tracks, authorities said the suspect fled the area on foot in an unknown direction. The victim, meanwhile, managed to avoid being struck by a train. Cops said he sustained minor physical injuries, including swelling and bruising to his face and shoulder, and minor lacerations to both hands. EMS took him to nearby Wyckoff Heights Medical Center for treatment. The video that police released shows the perpetrator moments before charging at the victim, then hopping over a turnstile. He's pictured wearing a black jacket over a yellow hooded sweatshirt, a black baseball cap with a white logo, a blue surgical mask, and black pants while carrying a gray backpack. Of course, anyone with information regarding the shoving can call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS. For Spanish, dial 888-57-PISTA. You can also submit tips online at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org or on Twitter at NYPD All calls and messages are kept confidential. All right, let's see. That's crazy. All right. Okay, now that I got that out the way, let's get into chatting on the jazz right now, man. Let's do this. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Sorry. Okay. Next topic. Okay, we have to talk about this actor. We need to talk about this actor. We need to talk about this actor. Unfortunately, we gotta talk about this actor from Superfly. So unfortunately, the actor's name. Let me get it. Yes, here it is. The actor's name is um Kaalan Walker. This is crazy. So, according to People, Superfly actor Kaalan K.R. Walker was sentenced Monday to 50 years to life in prison after being convicted of raping four women and three teenage girls he met on social media. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office confirms to People. Oh my gosh. Walker, age 27, was also instructed by Superior Court Judge Joseph Brandolino to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life, according to City News Service. Per the service, Deputy District Attorney Cynthia Wallace said she considers the actor to be truly a predator. Walker's attorney, Andrew Flyer, did not have an immediate response when reached by People. In April, a jury in Van Nuys, California, found Walker guilty of three counts of forcible rape, one count of assault to commit oral copulation, two counts of statutory rape, and two counts of rape by intoxication, the DA's office confirms to People. The jury found Walker not guilty of one count of digital penetration and two counts of forcible rape. You are going to see a dark side of him, Deputy District Attorney Yasmin for um hold on. Fard Fargasemi Fard Fargasemi said in her opening statement in March. City News Service and NBC Los Angeles reported. Starting in 2013, Walker used Instagram and Twitter to contact women, including inspiring models, on social media, promising them opportunities for professional work and to meet celebrities, prosecutors said per Rolling Stone. Um, over a 2 year span, Walker would get the women alone and sexually assault them, police said. When they said stop, he didn't care. Fard Gassemi said at the time, according to City News Service and NBC Los Angeles. Walker was first arrested in Van Nuys in 2018 after authorities connected him to the chain of sexual assaults, according to a news release from Los Angeles Police Department. Walker made his film debut in Kings, starring Halle Berry and Daniel Craig, before landing a two-episode arc on the drama television series In Contempt and a role in the remake of the 1970s thriller Superfly. He's also known for his career as a rapper with his EP The Intermission released in 2017. Following his conviction in April, Walker's lawyer Flyer said in a statement to USA Today that his client maintains his innocence and did not receive a fair trial as many important issues were executed by the court. At, at the time, he said his client was portrayed as a monster and planned to appeal. I don't think that's gonna happen. Um, I don't think that's gonna happen. And the reason I'm saying this is because this is a guy who ruined his fucking career doing messy shit. And I hate to say this and I hate to do this, man, but his fucking career is down the toilet. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon, man. All right. And speaking of which, There's some more bad luck for Gunna. Okay, some more bad luck for Gunna though. So according to BET, looks like Gunna will have to wait a little bit longer before being released, as the rapper was denied being sent home for a third time due to the judge's fear of witness intimidation, which was the previous two reasons for he originally pre-trial release denial, according to Billboard. In a series of tweets, culture reporter um, Jewel Wicker shared live updates as she headed to court to cover the trial. She shared how Judge Glanville has the same concerns that have not been otherwise alleviated. In her final tweet, the reporter shared how the judge will reconsider bond for the position in the future. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is going to be crazy. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I hate to say this. This is a very tough one. So I don't really have much to say on this shit though, man. But remains to be seen. You know what I mean? And of course, Drake and The Weeknd got snubbed by the Grammys again. Okay, this is according to Pitchfork right here, man. So here's what's going on here. Voting for the 2023 Grammy Awards begins today, and the ballot reveals that Drake and The Weeknd are continuing to withhold their music from awards consideration. Both artists appear across the ballot numerous times for their guest work, but their respective eligible solo albums, Honestly Nevermind and Dawn FM, are nowhere to be found, nor are their major solo singles, such as Sticky and Sacrifice. Drake has long expressed frustrations with the Grammy Awards and the Recording Academy, memor- memorably skipping the show in 2017 and criticizing the Academy for nominating Hotline Bling in rap categories, despite insisting his hit was a pop song. Last year, he pulled his music from consideration after receiving nominations for Certified Lover Boy and Way Too Sexy. The Weeknd began his boycott of the Grammys in 2021 after not receiving any nominations for the massively successful After Hours or its singles. Because of the secret committees, I would no longer allow my label to submit my music to the Grammys, he said at the time, and even after the Recording Academy changed some of its rules. He maintained that would not be submitting his work. Despite his boycott, the Weeknd won the 2022 Grammy Award for Best Melodic Rap Performance for his contributions to Kanye West's Hurricane. Well, um, well, and Pitchfork has reached out to Drake and the Weeknd's respective representatives for comment and more information. Okay, I need to explain. I know I previously talked about the difference between being nominated and winning the award, so I'm gonna have to explain this again. So you folks out there who's watching award shows can get a better idea on the difference between getting a nomination and receiving an award. So we're gonna get into the difference between getting a nomination, and winning an award. There's a difference. Okay, so let's get into it. So let me see the difference. there's a difference actually. I have to really. Okay. Hmm, all right, all right, all right, all right. No, 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 no. And winning an award in music, I meant to say. Okay, so here it is. Um, so the difference. All right. So let's see. Let's see. I did talk about this though. Um, difference between getting a nomination. Let me just. Okay, let's just break down what a nomination is. So y'all just get a better idea on what this is. So what is a nomination? You ask. What is a nomination? So a nomination is the action of nominating or state of being nominated, a person or thing nominated, whatever that means. Um, okay, what is getting nominated? Okay, getting nominated is to officially suggest someone for a position, an honor, or an election. Um, okay, no. Okay, nomination for an award. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Nominations are made by Academy members who are songwriters and composers, and the winners. Okay, now I'm beginning to understand. Okay, so nominations are made by Academy members who are songwriters and composers, and the winners are chosen by the Academy membership as a whole. So basically, in other words, if a person in music who's doing music, movies, TV shows, or whatever, and they get nominated and they get nominations, it's basically a possibility that person can win. It's a possibility. And receiving an award is basically chosen by the people in the academy to choose to choose the person to win the award. So basically, it's like that's basically what that is, though. I hate to say this. Does nominated mean you won? Let's see. No. A nomination is a huge honor in itself because it means you've been chosen to be on a short list of possible winners. During yeah, that's pretty much what that means actually. That's pretty much what that means. And and of course receiving an award. Um definition. Okay. So an award, sometimes called a distinction, is something given to a recipient as a token of recognition of excellence in a certain field. So that's the difference between getting nominated, and winning an award. So that's basically the difference. A nomination does not mean you're going to actually win. It's possible, but when you are chosen to be the winner, that's different. That's the big difference, folks. That's the big difference. So there you have it. I know it's I know it's fucking complicated to understand award shows and how they actually do things and all that other crazy shit and all this mess. So um, I don't really watch a lot of award shows like that, which is kind of crazy. So it is what it is. All right, so let's keep it on music for a while, actually, man. And most recently, Tito Puente um was was um was featured on Google. Okay, so here is what's going on according to Variety. So Tito Puente, the influential New Yorker musician and entertainer, is being honored in a new animated Google Doodle. The animated doodle highlighting Puente's musical career, illustrated by New York-based Puerto Rican artist Carlos Aponte, will be visible on the main page of the search engine throughout Tuesday, October 11th, which already happened 2 weeks ago. The doodle coincides with U.S. Hispanic Heritage Month and also comes on the 1 year anniversary of the unveiling of the Tito Puente Monument in New York City's East Harlem. For those of you, for those of you who may not know who Tito Puente is, he was a percussionist, composer, songwriter, recording artist, and band leader whose career spanned five decades. Puente has been called El Rey de los Timbales and the king of Latin music. Wow, the king of Latin music? Interesting. Hold on a second. Hold on. Interesting. 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 Um, yeah, the king of Latin music. Yeah, interesting. Um, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Graph dot fix 21. Did you need a dope logo design? Actually, at the moment, no, I don't. At the moment, a lot of people have been asking me about this shit though, but I don't know, man, because I'm kind of like in the middle of bills at the moment, so I can't really say that I'm like really interested in that moment because I made the logo myself. I used a What I did was I used an app called Textgram, and I actually designed it myself. So 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 thanks, but no thanks. All right, just get that out the way. So the king of Latin music, having recorded some 118 albums and being credited on dozens more than any other time. No, Tim Timbales, band leader to date. Timbales. That's how you pronounce it. Okay. Tito was part of my musical experience growing up in Puerto Rico, Aponte said in a Q&A released by Google. My aunt, hold on a second. My aunt introduced me to Tito Puente via La Lupe, a famous singer in Puerto Rico and New York. Tito was like he was like um, what Bengali, Bengali, I believe. I think the S is silent, so I'm just gonna say Bengali. For talents like Celia Cruz, he was a household name, so Tito was part of my Puerto Rican soundtrack. Puente was born on April 20th, 1923, in New York City, Spanish Harlem, and died June 1st, 2000. Wow, wow. He was surrounded by Puerto Ricans, Cuban, and big band music growing up and displayed significant musical talent from an early age. He started his career as a drummer in his early teens and found his big break playing for Federico Pagani's Happy Boys and Machito's orchestra. He served in the Navy during World War II, playing alto saxophone as the ship's band leader, along with more than 10 other instruments. He continued his studies at New York City's Juilliard School of Music after the war. He started his own band, the Tito Puente Orchestra, in 1948 and quickly earned a reputation for his performances that encouraged audiences to get on the dance floor. His parade of hits began with Ran Can, no, Ran Can Can, Ran Can Can, whatever how you pronounce it. But Puente's first professional track recording, which serves as the soundtrack of the Google Doodle. Beyond the mambo movement, Puente experimented across other genres of Latin music, such as the boogaloo, pachanga, and eventually salsa. He was considered a musical pioneer for his creativity and experimentation, and is widely credited for popularizing Latin music in the U.S. In 1969, he was awarded the key to New York City and the Harlem Street where he grew up. East 110th Street was renamed Tito Puente Way. Puente also was deeply dedicated to creating opportunities for the Latin community. In 1979, he introduced a scholarship fund that supported promising young Latin per- percussionists for more than 20 years. In announcing the Google Doodle, the company gave special thanks to Tito Puente's son, Tito Puente Jr., for his collaboration on the project. And you can check it out on YouTube as well. So there you have it right there. Let's make some noise, man, for Tito Puente, the great Tito Puente, for his amazing career and his accomplishments. All right, let's see. Let's see what else can we talk about here. Pharrell, yes, yes, Pharrell is giving flowers to Slick Rick. Now, here's what's going on here. So Pharrell has shouted out Slick Rick during his inaugural Jupiter auction sale and said he wouldn't be where he was without the rapper's influence. In a video posted to his Instagram, Pharrell stood alongside Rick the Ruler and calls himself a crumb compared to hip hop royalties standing beside. Oh man. Oh shit. The reason why there is even an exhibition is because of Rick the Ruler. Pharrell said, I'm a crumb. Oh man. I will always be a crumb to this guy right here. I learned what a Gucci link was because of this guy right here. I learned what a Cuban was because of this guy right here. He continued, this is the king, king. He would not have several photos of a king's crown on. The king. This is my brother David, my brother Bill, us driving around in Norfolk in Virginia Beach in my brother's car, listening to the first Slick Rick album, Children's Story, over and over and over again, over and over and over and over again. Pharrell also posed for a photo alongside Rick and another big fan, Tyler, the Creator. Um, wow. Pharrell isn't the only chart topping artist to give Slick Rick his flowers recently. Nicki Minaj did so back in March, revealing that Rick's 1988 track Mona Lisa from his seminal album The Great Adventures of Slick Rick was the first rap song she ever learned growing up. Slicker than the guy with the thing on his eye. She wrote referencing her Slick Rick bar on Super Bass. If you only knew how much I love you, the first rap I ever learned was hashtag Mona Lisa. First, one day I rapped it to my mother, and when I got to the part about a virgin, my mother looked at me like I lost my damn mind. I didn't know what that meant. The Neptune's hitmaker first announced the launch of Jupiter in September, dubbing his first collection of items the Son of a Pharaoh capsule. The set went on sale on Tuesday, October 11th, and Pharrell had previously told the Financial Times that Jupiter was created to be an auction site that carries everything. Spiritually, it's a very rich experience, an enlightening experience to let stories go, Pharrell added. Wow. Jupiter is just the latest business venture Pharrell has announced this year. Earlier in September, he announced he's currently in the midst of starting a new creative advocacy agency called Mighty Dream that will foster ideas to create products that help marginalized communities. If someone asks me what inspires me, I always say that which is missing. Williams told the outlet, "It's the clearest path to being additive, additive to society and finding new solutions for real. Mighty Dream aims to create what's missing in creativity and in advocacy in society." Wow, wow, wow. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope of what Pharrell's doing though. You know what I'm saying. And I would have gotten into damn. I would have put that under black owned trend set of shout outs, but because I'm on a different software that I'm no a different yeah a different yeah, different software, which is I'm using Firefox at the moment. Um, so anyway, yeah, this is pretty dope though, man. Yes. So let's see. Yeah, he's inspiring everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah. The Grammy Award-winning producer will serve as co-chair and founder of new entity. End quote. It is probably the most important thing I've done in my 30 something year career. Lisa Osborne Ross, CEO of Elderman US, told Adweek, as a woman and as a woman of color in my role and in this industry, it's my very firm belief that businesses have not only the opportunity, but also the responsibility to drive change. In June, Pharrell's Yellow nonprofit also linked with Cisco to donate educational tools and technologies to marginalized students who want a future in STEM or the arts. Known as the Yellow Hab Micro School, the program will be located in Pharrell's hometown of Norfolk, Virginia, and will feature smaller classrooms and more hands-on workshops that strive to give students a more immersive learning experience based on skill and not age. Let's get rid of the old way of looking at children, he told Rolling Stone. Our kids are not in education only to get off in the summer because we need them to go to work in the factories. That's not that's not the world that we live in. The paradigm needs to shift. The public schools don't have all the answers and the private schools don't either. Yeah, that's true. That's actually true though, man. I have to really agree. I really agree with this. And of course, let's make some noise for Pharrell doing some humanitarian stuff and having his own business. All right. all right. Yeah, let's get to hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's get to movie Man Cave Popcorn for a sec. All right. Let's get to National Cinema Day. You're probably wondering what that is. Probably wondering what that is, though. I will fill you in, folks. Don't worry. So, it happened on September the 3rd. National Cinema Day celebrates movie lovers across the country and encourages them to return to the theater and enjoy a movie on the big screen. Hashtag National Cinema Day. We all have memories of going to the movie theater. The excitement we felt waiting in anticipation for our favorite movie star to appear on the screen was exciting. No movie was complete was no, excuse me without a box of fresh buttered popcorn and our favorite drink in hand. If we were lucky, we were able to get some candy too. On National Cinema Day, everyone is encouraged to go to a movie and relive that special feeling of seeing your favorite movie star on the big screen. Behind the scenes, movies have been around since the late 1800s. Louis Lee Prince receives credit for coming up with the idea of moving images on a screen. His his Paxinoscope invention was a single lens camera that had the ability to take 12 frames per second. Lee Prince was in the process of patenting his invention when he was killed by an unknown person. Even though he met his demise, LaPrince was the inspiration for an industry that awes us just as much as the original movies did. Who invented motion pictures? Thomas Edison. Wait, I didn't know he invented motion pictures. I thought he invented electricity as far as the light bulb. Well, that part might be true though. Thomas Edison received the credit for inventing the first device to show a motion picture. Um, in fact, Edison would be the first to commercially sell his kinetoscope invention, even though he was skeptical about his idea. Interestingly, the device would be in public kinetoscope parlors for public view. Give me 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. I had to cough. Anyway, where was I? Where were we? Where were we? Yes, Thomas Edison, right? Okay. All right. So Thomas Edison received the credit for inventing the first device to show a motion picture. In fact, Edison would be the first to commercially sell his kinetoscope invention, even though he was skeptical about his idea. Interestingly, the device would be used in public kinetoscope parlors for public view. By 1915, small theaters were set up in storefronts to view a motion picture known as Nickelodeons. um, Five early motion pictures: 1891 Dixon Greeting, 1893 Blacksmith Scene, 1895 The Execution of Mary Stuart, 1896 Les Menor du Diable, the House of the Devil. Oh no! Oh no! 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 1902, A Trip to the Moon. Motion pictures have come a long way since the beginning. As technology has improved, so has the production of what we view on screen. During the early years of movie production, the audience was awed by the ability to view moving people on the screen. Movies were in black and white and had no sound most of the time. Um, Live music was playing within a theater as the film moved on the screen. Today, moviegoers expect to see amazing graphics, realistic stunts, and hear astounding music scores. Cinema celebrations: go to the movie with family and friends. Buy movie tickets as a gift. Rent a movie theater for a private party viewing. Research the history of the movies. Of course, purchase movie tickets for $3 on National Cinema Day. Through the lens. This celebration is being promoted by the National Association of Theater Owners and the Cinema Foundation to encourage people to head to the theater. The foundation is offering special pricing of $3 movies at participating theaters as a way to celebrate today. If if you were if you would like more information about a participating theater in your area, you can visit the website, which is www.nationalcinemaday.org. Wow, and yeah, that's pretty much what it is for National Cinema Day. And this is kind of crazy, and I don't know, like Regal Theaters, Regal Theaters files for bankruptcy. Okay, let's break this shit down right here. According to Deadline, the shoe finally fell today as giant theater chain Cinema World filed for Chapter 11. The bankruptcy includes a $1.94 billion debtor in possession financing facility from existing lenders to keep things running. Cineworld, excuse me, expects to emerge from Chapter 11 in the first quarter of 2023, and meanwhile will pursue a real estate optimization strategy in the U.S., i.e., some closures or sales of theaters, along with engaging in collaborative discussions with U.S. landlords to improve U.S. cinema lease terms. Cineworld is confident that comprehensive financial restructuring is in the best interest of the group and its stakeholders, taken as a whole. In the long term, the company said, Cineworld looks forward to working with its creditors and stakeholders to advance the group's efforts to restructure its balance sheet. Yeah, that's that has to be really, really, really crazy right here. All right. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy right there. This is crazy. Um, all right, world. Let me see. Structures, balance sheet. Wait. Yeah, this is where I was. Yes. Um, yes. The heavily indebted parent of Regal Cinemas filed in U.S. bankruptcy court for the Southern District of Texas. Cineworld has signaled distress last month and said measures it was considering included rather voluntary bankruptcy. Of course, here is what they said. So, Cineworld Group and its subsidiaries, a leading cinema operator in 10 countries, including the United States and the United Kingdom, with 747 sites and 9,139 screens globally, today announced that Cineworld and certain of its subsidiaries have commenced Chapter 11 cases in the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of Texas. As part of the Chapter 11 cases, Cineworld, with the expected support of its secure lenders, will seek to implement a deleveraging transaction that will significantly reduce the group's debt, strengthen um, its balance sheet, and provide the financial strength and flexibility to accelerate and capitalize on Cineworld strategy in the cinema industry. The group Chapter 11 companies entered the Chapter 11 cases with commitments for an approximate $1.94 billion debtor in possession financing facility from existing lenders, which will help ensure Cineworld's operations continue in the ordinary course while Cineworld implements its reorganization. Specifically, Cineworld expects to operate its global businesses and cinemas, including Regal Cinema, City, Picture House, and Planet, as usual, without interruption during the process and honor customer membership programs, including Regal Unlimited and Regal Crown Club in the United States and Cineworld Unlimited in the UK. The company noted that any deleveraging transaction will result in very significant dilution of existing equity interests, meaning stockholders, and there is no guarantee of any recovery for holders of existing equity interests. It doesn't expect the Chapter 11 filing to result in a suspension of trading in its shares on the London Stock Exchange. Oh boy. A proposed plan of reorganization will be filed in due course. The slamdemic was an incredibly difficult time for our business, with the enforced closure of cinemas and huge disruption to film schedules that has led us to this point, says CEO Mookie Greidinger. This latest this latest process is part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen our financial position and is in pursuit of a deleveraging that will create a more resilient capital structure and effective business. This will allow us to continue to execute our strategy to reimagine the most immersive cinema experiences. For our guests, through the latest and most cutting edge screen formats and enhancements to our flagship theaters. Our goal remains to further accelerate our strategy so we can grow our position as the best place to watch a movie. With with movie theaters closed for months, exhibition was among the industry's hardest hit by the slamdemic. Yeah, and a string of tentpoles that buoyed attendance earlier this year. Box office trailed off into a soft slate for August and September. Exhibitors with the highest debt were hardest hit. Cineworld took on significant debt acquiring Regal in 2018 for $3.6 billion. While the chain made some progress paying it down, it didn't enter COVID on great financial footing. It carries debt of about $5 billion. Separately, Canadian judge ruled late last year the company is liable for more than $1 billion in damages for back out of a deal to buy Cineplex. Another chain, View International, is also being restructured. AMC Entertainment survived bankruptcy in large due to its odd genesis into a meme stock. No, a meme stock, excuse me, which inflated its share price and led to a series of beneficial transactions. Consolidation is considered inevitable for an over-screened U.S., especially as smaller chains start to. Hold on a minute. Yeah, small chains. Hold on a second. Yeah, as smaller chains. Let me see. As smaller chains. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Yes, as smaller chains start to run out of COVID relief funds. Cineworld expects to operate its global business and cinemas, including Regal Cinema City, Picture House, and Planet, as usual, without interruption during the process and honor customer membership programs, including Regal Unlimited and Regal Crown Club in the United States and Cineworld Unlimited in the UK. Okay, let's see how much time we got here. Hold on. All right, all right. Um, now that I got that, now that I got that out the way, all right. What do you say we go to? Hold on. What do you say we go to stream choices on the go? All right, before I go into stream choices on the go, man, if you'd like to make a charitable donation to my Cash App to support this show, you're more than welcome to do that on my Cash App. And of course, you have either one. You can donate to Anchor. You could donate to my Cash App, which is dollar sign G Money Stacks 555. That's dollar sign capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. And of course, you don't need a lot of money to actually show more support. It's all about doing the best you can, and whatever amount of money you decide to donate will be appreciated. All right, so let's get into stream choices on the go. All right, let's get into it right now. Of course, you gotta do your part right here, man. You like the topics that's being discussed in every episode whatsoever. Why don't you go ahead and show your love by following Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram? and we just reached over 201 episodes so far, man. We reached 200 episodes, including this one right here, which is 201. So, um, so basically, with that being said, you can also follow my other shows that's also on the gram as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, and alongside with Meticulous Rogers podcast and review show. And you can follow your homie right here, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And for the most part, turn on your notifications so you can be in the know on when each episode is going to be dropping. And as I said, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right. And as I previously said before, I may end up putting out 2 episodes on Monday in honor of Halloween. And I know this is a Halloween weekend, and I was supposed to record a Halloween episode after this episode, but because but because of but because how tired I was from work, I had to push it to Monday. So you so you probably get that on Monday, depending on how long the episode's going to be. So there you have it right there. And let's get to let's get to let's get to let's get to where you could stream, listen to these episodes. So um if you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, and it's gonna have a whole list of audio streaming platforms where you can listen, stream, and of course catch up on the episodes. So we're gonna get into it right about now. So we're gonna get into it right now. So sorry about that. Um, so we're gonna get into it right now. So just bear with me here. All right. So I don't know why this came up. I don't know why this shit came up though. But anyway, let's anyway, we're gonna get into it right now. So you can also leave a voice message on anchor.fm/G Money Stacks. Um, in terms of you can in terms of congratulating me on the 200 episodes, on the 200 episode, and of course all that great stuff. Um, I'm still gonna be I'm gonna be taking congratulations and stuff. So you know what I'm saying. So there is no time limit on when you can congratulate a person. You know what I'm saying. So um, without further ado, let's get into it and make sure you follow and subscribe on every stream platform that I'm about to mention. And make sure if you don't have if you don't have the apps, you can download these apps onto your iPhones, your Android phones, your your iPads, and your Android tablets. So you don't really miss a beat. So starting with Anchor right here, we are on Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and Google Podcasts. And of course, be sure to actually leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Apple Podcasts, along with Podfriend and Spotify as well. You can also listen to Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast episodes on Radio Public alongside with iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcast. And you and it's free to download onto your iPhones, your Androids, iPads, and Android tablets. It is free. You don't need a credit card and debit card to do any of this shit though. It's fucking free, folks. You don't need to do any of this extra shit. And and also be sure to follow my other shows that's also on iHeartRadio as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the sports edition show, and of course the review show of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. And I just dropped off episode 90 already. So I am going to be doing multiple recordings tomorrow. So I'm actually going to actually have to do everything I can to actually catch up to episode 95 to 96 on my other platform, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show. Um so yeah. And last but not least, don't forget and make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel, G Money Stacks 555. Click on that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes. More of your content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Share the episodes, share the videos. Make sure you listen, stream, watch these episodes in case you miss any of these episodes and the topics that was being discussed and talked about in each episode. Also, be sure to tell a friend to another friend. And of course, download these episodes. That's very important. Also, download these episodes. Make sure you stream and play these episodes. And also, be sure to share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555 with the audio streaming platforms, including YouTube, that's on there right now. So be sure to catch up on the episodes on YouTube, which is my channel, G Money Stacks 555 on there. So be sure to catch up on all the New York episodes on there. So yeah. And also, yes, share the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, the people you're cool with, and of course, the people you are cool with, as far as like the new people you meet. So, that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me on this episode 201. Which, by the way, this episode is dedicated to National Cinema Day. I didn't get a chance to cover that, but I'm covering it in this episode. So there it is. Yes. So remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to go. You have to really go get it, and you have to work hard for it because everything's not going to be given to you on a silver platter. And New York wasn't built in a day. New York wasn't built in a day. And of course, find your voice, be you, and of course, find your voice and be confident in what you do with your craft, your ideas and stuff. And most importantly, find something that clicks to you, that makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. And of course, plus plus find that spark that gets you into your zone when it comes to having creative ideas and having that tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? So don't let anybody tell you what you fucking can or can't. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be fucking haters and all that other shit whatsoever. So don't worry about the fucking haters. All right? Because at the end of the day, they don't fucking pay your bills. Period. And I want to mention something too. If you want to be a podcaster like I am with 3 shows underneath of my belt, go for it. Don't let anybody stop you or basically say that you're not taking it seriously or whatever. Like I'm doing right now, I'm actually taking it seriously, and it's not really a joke. I pour my I pour my blood, sweat, and tears to getting these ideas and everything coming to life in each content that I create. So so follow your dreams, folks. That way you'll be able to be happy on doing what you love, not just for the money. It's nice to have money, but you also want to make sure you're doing it for the love and the art and the soul and the mind and the heart. So there you go, right there, folks. I'm off this shit. Thank you very much. Enjoy your Halloween weekend. Peace and one love. And make sure you have yourselves a good night, folks.